All right, what's going on? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the reality of how women treats handsome men and the 4 things that women will do when it comes to the handsome man that they want. Now, these aren't going to be the only 4 things that women will do when it comes to the handsome and attractive man that they want, but these are the things that I'm going to be talking about in today's video, which before we get into these 4 things, I actually did something that I've never done before. So I actually have a limited time special Black Friday promo going on right now. It's almost like Christmas came a month early. So if you want to be a part of my community of men who are maximizing their looks, becoming the most attractive version of themselves, and actually attracting women to them, women pursuing them, women reaching out to them first, women initiating dates with them, women initiating intimacy with these men as well, and becoming the best versions of themselves. If you want to learn how to do that and be able to maximize this limited time special that I have going on for Black Friday, then I would highly suggest that you check out the link either in the description or in the pinned comment after this video. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's hop into the video. So here's the thing. Number 1, women have different rules when it comes to the handsome and attractive man versus average and below average men. You see, average and below average men, they are expected to meet the whole laundry list of requirements that you usually hear women have in terms of qualifications, criteria. This man has to be charismatic. He has to be charming. He has to be intelligent. He has to make a lot of money. He has to be driven. He has to be ambitious. He has to, love his mom and have 2 puppies and all these things, right? Which you should be loving your mom if you have a great mom. But you know what I'm saying? That you have to have all these criterias and qualifications that you have to meet. And they're also quicker to disqualify the average and below average looking men. So the average and below average looking men have to be very careful with the things that they say, how they come across to the woman, the things that they say overall. They have to be a lot more selective with their choice of words, because if they say the wrong things, they could get quickly disqualified and never hear from the woman again. Whereas when it comes to the handsome and attractive man, he does not need to meet the laundry list of requirements that the woman will have, or not meet as many of the requirements that she may have. And the reason for this is just because she's attracted to him. A lot of the physical attraction, the sexual attraction that she will have for the man is going to oftentimes override all the criteria and requirements that she would otherwise require other men to have, even though she has all these requirements for all these dudes that she's not even going to be checking for like that anyways. But then on top of that, she's going to be quick to disqualify them. So they're not even really going to have a chance to even check off those boxes. But even if some of these dudes check off these boxes that women will have, if the physical attraction, sexual attraction isn't there, because that's number 1, that's first and foremost always going to be number 1. I don't care what none of you dudes say. I don't care none of what you game dudes, mouthpiece dudes. I don't give a fuck what any of you guys say. If the looks and the physical attraction is not there in terms of that sexual overall attraction that women will have for the man, off rip like that, if that's not there, none of that shit matters. Sorry, none of that shit matters. Or if you're able to get a woman off your mouthpiece, but she ain't really feeling you like that, she's either looking to use you as a come up, or you're not going to be able to retain that long. So just keep that in the front of your mind. But also, the handsome and attractive man, bro, he can have some red flags. He can actually have qualities that she would usually disqualify other men for having, but because he's handsome and attractive, she'll let that bypass a little bit. Now, not every single woman is going to be like that, and the type of red flags that the man may have, is going to vary and depend on the type of woman and the type of red flags that he has. But women will allow certain red flags to kind of get swept under the rug, and they won't be as quick to disqualify the man. Women are still looking to disqualify men. They're looking to disqualify a lot more than qualifying a man. But the handsome and attractive man, when she's into him, again, the red flags can kind of get swept under the rug, and she's not going to have that many qualifications for him, nor is she going to be that quick to disqualify him. And I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying this is wrong. This is just what it is. And you'll also see that women will make themselves easily available for the handsome man that they want. They're not going to be constantly hitting them with excuses as to why they can't meet up. Oh, it's a busy season for me at work. I can't get together. Oh, I have to check my schedule and let you know. I'm thinking about going out to dinner with my girl. I'll let you know. Like, none of this stuff is going to come up when she's attracted to the handsome man that she wants. She's going to try to remove as many obstacles from her path as possible so she can get to that man that she wants as easily and as quick as possible. So that's number one, is that women have different rules, and there's many other different rules that women will have for average and below average men versus the handsome, attractive men. But these are some to definitely keep an eye out for. Now, moving on to number two, is that handsome men don't got to sell themselves, man. Handsome men don't need to run game. And they don't need to sell themselves on the woman when innate physical and sexual attraction is present. And depending on the interest level that the woman has for you, you can literally talk as little as possible and she will still perceive you as a great conversationalist. And when in conversation with the woman, here's how you want to go about it, whether you're considered a handsome, attractive man or not. When in conversation with a woman, again, remember, she's always looking to disqualify. So my tips that I would give you is to be cool, just be relaxed. Don't be overly excited, but don't try to come off like you're Bruce Wayne and try to have like a stone cold face and show zero emotion and all this stuff, right? And I say that, with love and respect to Bruce Wayne, because anyone that watches me or has been watching my channel for a while knows I'm a big Batman Nightwing nerd, right? So that's no disrespect to the GOAT, but you get what I'm saying. Be cool. Ask open-ended questions like what, when, why, how about her. Don't reveal too much personal information. Don't reveal things that are not going to paint you in the most positive light, that aren't going to edify you and overall represent you in the best way. Don't say certain things that could potentially turn the woman off. And I'm more so talking in the setting where maybe you approached her, maybe it was a cold approach, it was a warm approach, or if this is a first date, maybe you met her off a dating app, you set something up with her from Instagram, social media, etc. I'm more so talking about things that are happening in the beginning stages when you're talking to a woman, but also learn how to redirect conversation. So give you an example. A lot of times when you go on dates with women, they're going to ask you about your ex-girlfriend. When was your last relationship? What happened between you and your ex? Why did things end? And one of the things that I usually say is I'll say, yeah, like we just went our own separate ways. The relationship just came to a conclusion. The chemistry just wasn't the same anymore. But, I don't have, any negative things to say about her. We both, respect each other, and we both went our separate ways amicably with, the most respect for each other. But how about you? When was the last time you were in a relationship? Boom, you redirect, you bring it back to her, right? And the reason why you want to know how to do this is because this is going to allow you to actually give information to the woman enough to satisfy her curiosity without revealing too much that could, again, disqualify you. But when you are a handsome, attractive man, you can make little mistakes like this as far as saying things that, again, could otherwise disqualify the average to even below average man, and you can get away with it, but you're not going to be able to get away with infinite little mistakes or little things that could turn the woman off, right? But you will have a much more of an easier time and more passes. Now, here's something I want to say too, is that I've noticed in this space that a lot of you guys like to brag about having game and running game, or, talking shit about dudes such as myself, saying things like, oh, he has to rely on his looks and all this stuff. Let me tell you something very clear. When you say that shit, at least to a man like myself, that's not an insult. To me, that's a flex. Let me repeat. That's not an insult. Oh, he don't got game. He don't know how to speak, which I know what I'm doing out here. I understand, how women are. Yeah, you have to have game in the sense of understanding women, understanding how to lead women, understanding how to lead a relationship and interaction between you and a woman, knowing what you want, right? And knowing what she wants, and knowing how to lead that interaction and lead and manage the attraction between you and the woman to a favorable outcome between you two that you mutually want. Yeah, you got to understand. Yeah, you got to have game in the sense of awareness, knowledge, knowing how to play the game out here. But you don't need to have game in the sense of trying to sell the woman on you as far as liking you, finding you attractive, wanting to see you, wanting to be intimate with you if she's already attracted to you, is already sexually attracted to you from the get-go. You don't need to do that. And I know you dudes who don't have it like that, and I'm not saying this from a place of disrespect. I'm really not, but you guys got to stop throwing that shit out there like you're flexing out here, because you're not. Because the dude who has to do the least amount of work but still gets the outcome, that's the dude that should be flexing. Because a lot of times, bro, I'm just going to keep it a stack. I'll just pull up to a spot. I can pull up to a bar and they'll flock to me. They just got to see my face. That's it. They just got to see my face and they'll flock to me. All the little game and shit that a lot of you guys try to run on women and stuff, trying to strategically position yourself, right next to the woman, so it can just seem like conversation organically happens, even though you're applying that shit by design. You're applying that shit before you even walked into the building. You probably driving around the building trying to assess and shit, trying to look in through the windows. Okay, this is where I'm gonna go. Okay, I see these two women. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk around and take a lap and then just act like, oh, this is the only seat that's available, and then sit right next to her. Like, you over here strategizing and planning things out like you're Batman or Macaulay Culkin. You know what I mean? Kevin from Home Alone. That's what you're doing, right? All that little shit. That's what women do for the men that they find physically attractive. It's just, you don't hear that often. You don't hear people talking about that often, because there's not that many men out here, that are fly enough to get that type of treatment. And let me ask you this one question. Is it relying on looks if you're really just existing? Like, I'll give you a specific scenario. I've been in positions where I've been at lounges, I've been at bars, clubs, where women who I didn't even know were there, who I didn't even know existed, pulled up on me behind my back or to my shoulder, almost on some Assassin's Creed shit, like they got a hidden blade, they're about to pierce that through my neck and then throw me in the haystack, right? They're coming up behind me, and I didn't even know they were there. I'm just looking fresh, looking fly, looking dope with some friends, just enjoying the night. I don't even know that they're there. They pull up on me. They pull up on me with their friends, saying, hey, I thought you were attractive, but I was nervous to come up to you, so I brought my friends. Or, hey, I have the hots for you. Women's trying to start conversations with me. You know what I mean? That I don't even know. Is that me relying on my looks, or is that just me existing? Because I don't, like, you guys saying that shit like it's a flex, or like it's an insult, It's not. It's not. Yeah, like, if I can attract women just based on my face, my physique, my style, my sex appeal alone, and I got to do as little as this as possible, which, by the way, when a woman is highly attracted to you, you can say as little as possible, as I said, and she's going to be carrying the conversation. If you see that you're having a hard time with a conversation with a woman, you feel like it's stagnant, it's not going anywhere, it's hard to redirect, hard to lead the conversation, you feel like she's not giving you enough to work with, it's because she's not attracted to you, dude. That's why. And I don't give two shits how you guys feel about me saying, oh, I don't want game, dude. I don't want to have to run game. Why do I have to run game on a woman that's already sold on me? See, that's something that you guys don't understand, is that you guys, a lot of you probably run game unnecessarily. A lot of you guys probably oversell yourself, which is actually what's causing the woman to repel you, because it's showing that you don't know who you are. It shows you that you're not aware of this situation. You actually aren't picking up on her nonverbal cues towards you in terms of her attraction for you, but you're also having to overqualify yourself, which means that you're presenting yourself as if you're beneath her. That's what you're doing. Why would I sell myself on a woman if she's already sold on me? Why would I sell myself? Why would I try to qualify myself? Why would I do more than what's necessary if she's already sold on me? That don't make any sense. If someone's already sold on you, if someone's already sold on the product, go ahead and close the deal. I've told you guys many times, close the deal. You still, yes, be able to attract a woman. You still got to know how to talk to her. Yes. I advocate that you have a mouthpiece. Have game in a sense of knowledge and awareness of how women operate out here. Yes, don't be an idiot. I understand that. I know I talk a lot about maximizing your looks, becoming more attractive, all this shit. Yeah, I understand how women operate out here. I understand there's certain ways that you have to conduct yourself. Yes. But a lot of the times that's in the scenarios when the woman is already attracted to you. Knowing how to lead and manage that, right? Yes, you have to have back end. You have to more so have back end game, if you want to call it that, in terms of awareness, knowledge of how to lead and direct interactions with you and the woman, manage that attraction that she has for you to a mutual favorable outcome, knowing how to retain women, of course. Yeah, you have to have knowledge in that regard. You have to have game in that regard in terms of knowledge, but in terms of like pickup artistry shit, or trying to constantly be persistent, do wear down game on a woman that isn't already feeling you. You know what I mean? Like all that shit. I'm not with that. I don't need to do that. I'm not going to do that. So that little insult, like, oh, he relies on his looks and stuff like that, bro, you saying that is just telling, you saying that is just further emphasizing that I have to do the least amount of work to still get the outcome that I want. That's it. And if you told me that, and if you said that to my face in front of a woman that was feeling me, you know she wouldn't give a shit, right? If anything, it would actually make her more attracted to me, because you just be bringing more attention to the fact that I'm a fly, good-looking man, and that's just going to make her more attracted to me, because that's social proof. There's a co-signer. you guys got to think, man. So that's number 2, man. Handsome men don't need to sell themselves. A lot of times they just need to pull up like a Lambo. They just need to pull up and the women will flock to them. They just need to pull up and exist. Sorry. Moving on, number 3 is that women will simp for handsome and attractive men. So everything that simps, thirsty dudes out here attempt to do to get women or a particular woman, women will do the same thing, but for the handsome and attractive men that they want. So let me give you an example. Women will buy gifts. They will give money, whether it's like straight up cash, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, right? They'll send you money just because, right? They'll offer to do favors for you. They will do tasks for you, right? They will cook for you voluntarily, happily, right? They will check in with you, seeing how your day is going, how's your week's going. If, let's say, you guys have a date set up, they will follow up with you to make sure that you guys are still on for the date, which shows that they're more eager to see you, that they're excited to see you. You know, she's going to ask when she can see the man again. She's going to ask you after you guys go on a date, after you guys have had a nice little meetup together, indoors, whatever. She's going to ask, when can she see you again? When is your schedule open for you two to get together? She's going to want to be here's the biggest one. She's going to want to initiate the intimate acts and want intimacy as much as, if not more, than the handsome man that she wants. You guys know that when you're intimate with a woman and you actually get her to the promised land, which most dudes can't, but when you get her to the promised land, you see how women get even more charged once you reach her to get her to the promised land. And then after, we reach the promised land, we're like tired and shit. Like, damn, you know what I mean? But they're over here all charged up as if they just had a freaking whole pot of coffee. You know what I mean? That's how women are going to act for the handsome, attractive men that they want, because they desire that man. They want him. They're attracted to him. And if you are, and like I said a little bit ago, I advocate for men to be smooth talkers, man. Yeah, still have a mouthpiece, but have a mouthpiece because it's just going to make you more of a rarity. It's just going to make you even more of a fly dude. It's just going to make you even more of a fly dude. On top of the fact that if she's already physically attracted to you and you got a mouthpiece on you, you're a good looking man in her eyes and you know how to talk. Yeah, because they like tonality. They like tonality. Also knowing how to paint imagery in her head. Knowing how to paint imagery in her head, especially in the bedroom. That's how you get a woman to reach the promised land. That's one of the ways. I don't hear no mouthpiece dudes talking about that shit. And this is coming from a dude who talks about helping men maximize their physical appearance to attract women. I don't hear a lot of dudes talking about that shit. The more you can create fantasies in her mind, especially during intimacy, and the things that you say and the way you say it and the cadence that you say it, she's going crazy. You're keeping it even keel tonality, low, seductive, and you're doing all the other shit, physically stimulating her. Man, that's game that you guys got paid for. But this is the type of shit that women will do, and they'll essentially simp. They will pursue, they will chase the handsome and attractive man that she's into. Now, of course, when you see a woman is pursuing you that you like, that you're into, reciprocate, because they're not just going to keep pursuing the man and he's showing no type of interest at all. No, they're not going to do that. But they will pursue. They will pursue when they are attracted to you, number one, but they also see that you are interested in them enough to pursue as well. It's more so equal exchange of value, but they will definitely pursue and pretty much simp for the handsome, attractive men that they want, and pretty much do all the same things that most dudes try to do for the women that they don't get. Those are the same things that women will do for the handsome, attractive men that they want, but in the feminine version. And then moving on to the fourth and final one, man, is that women view the handsome man as a prize. They're going to view you as a prize, and not only are they going to view you as the prize, but they're going to try to lock that man down. Oh yeah, they're going to try to lock that man down. And as I said, she will do a lot of the pursuit, a lot of the pursuing to obtain that man. And you're also going to see that when you are a handsome, attractive man, that you are going to be more likely to experience the better sides of female nature. Now, you have to have knowledge on how to lead the relationship, whether it's a casual relationship, a serious relationship, a long-term relationship, even marriage, right? Whatever the case is, you still have to be a leader. You still have to know how women are. And a lot of female nature is human nature too. Men, a lot of the female nature and the things that women do, men do it as well. Of course, there's differences, but a lot of the female nature shit is a lot of it's glorified YouTube shit. I'm just gonna keep it a stack, right? But you will experience better sides of female nature in terms of women are gonna be a lot more feminine to you. They're gonna be a lot more sweeter. They're gonna allow you to lead. They're going to be nicer. They're going to be more considerate. Of course, because they want you. They're not going to be showcasing all those traits to the dudes that they don't want, especially because these dudes are dumbasses out here, and dudes can't even see when a woman is just either being nice or is actually into them. They can't tell the difference. Dudes take any little sign that a woman may be interested in him, which a lot of times she's not. She's just being nice, and they take that shit and run with it. So she's not going to showcase all these feminine traits to the dudes that she doesn't want. She has to be more stone cold. She has to be more reserved. She has to be more neutral towards the men that she doesn't want, so she doesn't give them the wrong impression. You know what I'm saying? But when you're that handsome, attractive man in her eyes, she will also brag about you to her friends. I told you guys, the status that you really should be going for is being a dude that is good looking enough in the woman's eyes that she wants to show you off like a trophy. Just like how you hear a lot of people say, oh, men want trophy wives and shit like that. Women want the same thing, but they want men that they can show off to their friends. It's a status thing. It's a validation thing, right? So a lot of it's an ego boost for her. You have to have knowledge on that. You have to have game on that in the sense. A lot of that is about her, but you still get to benefit from that. You still get to benefit from those positive feelings that she's feeling about herself when she gets the validation. Girl saying, oh, girl, he's fine. Or, oh, girl, you're lucky to have him and all this stuff. That stuff is for her, but you are the one that is creating those feelings. You're the one that's creating those emotions, right? And then on top of the fact she's getting the cosign from her friends, she cares more about that shit than your little Instagram status and your little TikTok status and all this shit, because her friends, she has to hang out with them. She values their opinions. She spends time with them the most, right? So she's going to be looking for their validation, their cosign on you versus all that other shit, right? And here's the thing. On the flip end, though, there will be women who, like, maybe she'll have a hating friend. You know how some of these, women are. They'll try to sabotage a woman's situation with the handsome, attractive man, try to talk shit about the handsome, attractive man to mess up the girl's mind. But in reality, she's just plotting because she's trying to get that man herself. You know how some girls do that? But when a woman's really into you, sometimes they may go against what her friends say because she's that attracted to you. Right? So there's nuances to that. But you will often see that they will do that. And of course, they want to be able to bring you to the crib, bring you to the family and stuff like that. If, let's say, you and the woman are in like an actual relationship, a long-term relationship, they're going to want to show you off. Right? And also, they're going to be the ones that initiate the exclusivity talk. At least I believe they should. You let them initiate that, because if they're voluntarily coming out of their own way to initiate the exclusivity talk, that means that they're really pressing for you, that they're putting you in the leverage position because they're coming to you. They're pretty much asking permission from you as to whether or not she can be in a relationship with you. And depending on when this occurs, right, if this is within like the first 3 to 6 months, it's too soon to give the exclusivity. It's too soon to give the relationship. Sorry, you got to work for that. You can't just be given that. People can front for 3 months, 6 months. It's hard to front for a year. That's why a lot of people's relationships go to shit, because they get into relationships too damn soon. They don't make the woman truly earn the man. And then you discover all this shit that if you actually gave the relationship time to actually nurture and allow time to reveal all, you would have then seen, okay, maybe me and this woman aren't exactly a match. But you want to learn all that stuff once you guys become committed, and then learn all this stuff, and then finally come to the conclusion, oh, I shouldn't have been in this relationship in the first place. So don't just give it to them right away, but allow them to earn it. But don't just say like, I think right now with with how things have been going, I've been enjoying our time together, but I believe it's too soon to be exclusive. However, I do believe that if things keep going the way that they are, I do believe that's definitely a possibility. I definitely can see something between us long term in the future if things keep going the way that they're going now. Don't sell her a dream, but then you don't follow up on that, because that's messed up. That's not masculine. That ain't cool. That's not cool. Don't sell women a dream if you have no actual plans on being with her. That ain't cool. That ain't cool to me. Masculine men who actually get women who are in abundance, we don't do that around here. Fly dudes, we don't do that around here. Not the guys who rock with me, not the guys who watch my channel. We don't do that here, right? But you're going to have women asking you, we're exclusive, right? Or do you see this going anywhere? You're going to have questions like that because they want you. They want to lock you down because they view you as the prize. So again, guys, Make sure that you take advantage of this limited time Black Friday promo if you want to be treated like this from women, if you want to be that handsome, attractive man that women pursue, that they're highly attracted to, right? They're sexually attracted to. They want you. You don't have to sell yourself on them. You don't have to run game. You don't have to have all this mouthpiece and just do all this hard work just to attract them, because if you're that fly dude that they want, as soon as they see you like that, the game is pretty much on easy mode, right? So if you want to learn how to do that with my IAB system, then I would highly suggest that you check out the link down below, either in the description or the pinned comment, and take advantage of this Black Friday promo that I have going on. Because again, this is going to be for a limited time only. This is going to go through Black Friday, and then after that, I'm shutting it down, and you're not going to see this for at least a year, right? Because Black Friday only comes once a year, so you might as well take advantage of this time while it's presented to you during its limited time frame. So with that being said, I hope you got a lot of value from this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this, and with that being said, I will talk to you in the next video.